Hello, my name is Flores, and I kind of want to talk to you about the bill HB 1557, also known as the Parental Rights in Education, or more commonly known as the Don't Say Gay bill. It is likely you've heard of this bill before, or the phrase Don't Say Gay, and I want to talk to you a little bit about this bill and the harmful effects it can have on LGBT youth. In March of this past year, Florida Republican Governor Robert DeSantis signed the Parental Rights in Education bill. The bill seeked to ban discussion of gender and sexuality issues with younger students. A lot of this bill carries vague language, and such as when it says classroom instruction by school personnel or third parties on sexual orientation or gender identity may not occur in kindergarten through grade 3, or in a manner that is not age appropriate or developmentally appropriate for students in allowance with the state standards. This vague language can create devastating consequences, and the threat of lawsuits brought out against school boards would certainly have a chilling effect on teachers and what they say in the classrooms. Supporters of this bill claim it is unharmful and inoffensive. DeSantis spokesperson wrote on Twitter that this bill would protect kids from groomers, and opponents of this bill are probably groomers. This bill has gained a large amount of opponents recently. These include President Joe Biden, Saturday Night Live star Kate McKinnon, and the Walt Disney World Company, who said about the bill that it could be used to unfairly target gay and lesbian, non-binary, and transgender kids and their families. This bill includes many parts that are damaging to LGBT youth, including the following. So some of these portions include that the instruction on gender and sexuality would be constrained in all grades. Schools would be required to notify parents when children receive mental, emotional, or physical health services, unless educators believe that there is a risk of abuse, endangerment, or neglect. Parents would have the right to opt their children out of counseling and health services. Parents could sue schools for violating their vaguely written bill, and districts could have to cover the costs. Florida would have to rewrite school counseling standards. For LGBT youth, a simple reality of their own identity has become politicized and a point of debate, which can be dehumanizing and increase stigma and stress. These discriminatory laws are worsening the already low mental health and suicide rates among LGBT youth, as 40% of LGBT youth said they felt depressed in the past 30 days, in all of or most of the past 30 days, compared to only 12% of non-LGBT youth. Heather Zerse, a Brooklyn psychotherapist, discussed how the provisions of this bill, such as forcing teachers to out students to their parents, can create erasure of their own identities, resulting in inflicting lots of damage to these teens and children. As I says, I think it is a bizarre notion that this belief that taking the word gay out can decrease the amount of those who come out as gay or trans. This isn't about indoctrination. It's about inclusion, and especially inclusion of vulnerable populations. The reality is that coming out, kids come out early. They have friends, parents, aunts, uncles, teachers. They're surrounded by those who come out, and it's just a fact of life that there are people out there who are gay. And one of the main things I want you to understand here is that judges not just affect those in Florida, that these do not just affect those in Florida. States like Georgia, Idaho, Iowa, Tennessee, Oklahoma, and especially Texas all have introduced anti-LGBT bills in this past legislative session. And I know you may not agree with me, which is completely fine. However, I want you to be informed in your beliefs. Please do your own research, and once you know your stance, make something happen. Contact your state representatives, attend campaign or political gatherings, and most importantly of all, remember to vote. Thank you.